Hi, guys. Today we will be talking about positive attitude in regards to coaching and athletes. Having a positive attitude is the foundation for a team's success. Coaches and athletes must maintain a positive attitude for their teams to compete at their highest level. My personal definition of a positive attitude is a mindset characterized by optimism, resilience, and constructive outlook that fosters a hopeful and proactive approach to life challenges and opportunities. A quote that I found from Lou Holtz: ability is what you're capable of doing, motivation determines what you do, and attitude determines how well you do it. I think that's a great model for our athletes, a message that coaches can send. You know, we all have great athletes that don't always have great attitudes, or they not real motivated. That those are things, or they are really motivated. Those are all things that make a great athlete, but really when they reach their full potential, they have a positive attitude. Athletes with a positive attitude tend to perform better because they approach training and competition with confidence. Positive attitudes really drive confidence, in my opinion. Developing a positive attitude enhances mental toughness, enables athletes to cope with setbacks, pressure, and competition-related stress. Those are things that all athletes and coaches have to deal with. By having that positive attitude, it's easy to overcome those feelings and focus on the task at hand to really do the best that we can. A positive attitude within a team will create team unity, trust, and effective communication. Those are all things that are crucial for success. Athletes with a positive attitude have self-motivation, making it easier to achieve personal goals. A team is made up from coaches and athletes, everything, and administrators all the way down. When everybody has that positive attitude, it's easy to communicate, and we find trust. And once the team becomes one, that's when you really find success. Coaches who are positive serve as role models, motivating and inspiring athletes to reach their full potential. A positive attitude from the coach will lead athletes to have an open mind to learning as well. We've all had coaches where things might tend to be negative or not always seen. Coaches don't always see the bright side of things. And that doesn't necessarily foster a learning environment. And as coaches and as athletes, we are constantly seeking knowledge and trying to become better. Without that positive attitude, it's very hard to constantly want to improve or even trust in what the coach has to say or your teammates. So that's another reason why positive attitudes are very important. With positivity from the coach, it builds a strong foundation where athletes are more likely to stay committed and motivated over time. An example of an athlete with a positive attitude is a player who offers words of encouragement to their teammates when a mistake has been made or the game is not going their way. This athlete is uplifting to the team, creating an environment where athletes play for each other. That's something very crucial to positive attitudes within the team. Always finding a way to find a positive instead of finding the negatives. You know, we've all had those players where we missed a tackle and everybody on the team was like, "Come on, man, you gotta make that tackle." Where that might not be seen as the same way. It's seen as a positive because the player that missed the tackle knows they missed the tackle and they know they need to do better. A better way to look at that as a teammate or a coach would be saying, "It's all right, next time. We'll get him next time. Get in front of him. Whatever happened." It's positive. The player knows that they missed whatever it was. The player knows what they need to do better. Be positive in those in-game situations, and then the results will follow. When faced with adversity, athletes maintain a positive outlook on the game or season. An athlete with a positive attitude will put team success above personal accomplishments and is willing to make sacrifices to benefit the team. That's something that we talk about often, playing selfishly. Selfish teammates tend not to be seen as the best, most positive players, and players sometimes like to say, sometimes players don't always want to be around those players that play selfishly because they see them as trying to not play for the team, trying to pad their own stats. And that's not what we're looking for when we're looking at positive attitudes within a team. In the same way you let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Within that quote, I see really wanting to play for one another and be there for one another. That is where positive attitude comes in to team, whether it's an individual sport or a team sport. When players, athletes, coaches know that there's more than just themselves, unity happens and everybody is on the same page trying to do the best for one another. That's really what we look for when we're looking for a positive attitude. With coaching, attitudes we have to deal with so many different attitudes. And something that I found interesting from Brown in Teaching Character Through Sport, a quote that he said in there was, "Attitude is a choice, but often one that has to be taught. Identify and define specifically as possible what a positive attitude should be in your program." Brown, 2003, page 97. That was really interesting to me because we always talk about to our athletes as coaches to be positive, have that positive attitude, but sometimes we don't always define that to our athletes. It's very important to have that clear definition of what we want, and that clear definition might be just truly modeling that positive attitude, how we want our players, our athletes to act in times of adversity, in stress, whatever the situation might be. It's really what we want to do for our athletes so that we can be sure that they are positive through the game. Coaches with a positive attitude are encouraging to their athletes during practice and competition. Positive attitude coaches provide feedback, but instead they're providing positive feedback, not dwelling on those on the negatives. That might relate to an athlete ran the wrong route, but they still caught the ball. We're going to celebrate the catch, maybe the first down, maybe a touchdown, and later we might talk about, hey, I called this route, you ran this route. Really celebrate those positives of what happened and then correct the negatives later. In conclusion, a positive attitude within a sports program leads to enhanced performance, team unity, and long-term development. Thank you.